Hello, everyone. As a part of PHUSE podcast series, The Undeniable Truth About 6 Skills Possessed by Statistical Programming Heads That No One is Telling You, today we're going to talk about cultivating innovation, described as creating better ways for the organization to be successful. We have Amy and Andy.
Hi, everybody. My name is Amy Gillespie. I lead the Statistical Programming Organization at MSD. I joined MSD in 1997 as a statistical programmer. Prior to 1997 and working at MSD, I worked as a statistician for a CRO and as a marketing analyst for an insurance company.
Hi, my name is Andy York. I'm the head of global programming for UCB Pharma. I've been in the industry for about 30 years now, so fairly long in the tooth, and I've been in management for 25 years in total. So I've worked, for both CRO and pharmaceutical companies in that time. And like a lot of people, I started out as a placement student, worked my way up through, as a programmer, and also preferred being a programmer generally.
Thank you. So why do you think cultivating innovation is important in your role?
Yeah, if you look at the top companies around the world, companies like Amazon or Apple, a lot of them have cultivated innovation throughout their history, and by doing so, they very much disrupted the markets that they actually were in, and they really changed the dynamics of their industry. Through this innovation, though, and they're kind of out of the box thinking, if you like to put it this way, these companies became hugely successful organizations over time. And the opportunity, also exists in, pharmaceutical. And, if we can think outside the box, then we should be able to innovate and really make some strides in terms of what we actually can achieve as programmers.
So I think as a leader of an organization, it's incredibly important to cultivate innovation. And one way to do this is to continually look forward, to stay relevant and competitive, and to ensure that as an organization, we're being a valued partner and stakeholder. And ultimately also to be able to attract new talent into your organization. Being able to do work and evaluate ways to do work in a better way, and being able to anticipate future challenges and ensuring that you're positioning your team for current and future success is really important as a head of a statistical programming organization.
And how did you develop this competency?
Yeah, that's a great question. And I'm not sure if I developed it or I was born with it. Regardless, I've always really enjoyed learning. I think if I could have been a full-time student, I would have chosen to do that. I'm always open to change as long as that change is purposeful for good reason and ultimately will bring a benefit. I'm also very goal and task oriented, and I think that is important in having this innovative mindset. I enjoy designing and creating and really seeing an end product of something that you're building, again, which I think is part of having this.
Lucky you. And Andy?
Yeah, very similar. I mean, in my early days as a hands-on programmer, I was really given a lot of space to innovate and create, new tools and ways of working for the companies that I work for. And that really led to an innovation mindset in terms of how I approach my work. If I could find a way of doing something better, then I would always look to do that and add value, to the companies I was working for. A few years later, I took Six Sigma training whilst I worked at Cultivates, and really was able to successfully use that experience actually to kind of focus, my energies around, building efficiencies for the company and within teams, within organizations.
So talking about teams, how do you instill a culture of innovation in your teams?
It's really important. I mean, I think we need to recognize as programmers that the landscape is changing at the moment. There are new languages like R and Python that are becoming more prevalent as we go on. And SAS is, whilst it's important, it's still maybe not quite as important as it used to be. And the way I overcome this is to look at my team and actually try and understand which of my team are good ideas people and which of my teams are good at implementing those ideas. So because the two aren't necessarily the same skill sets. and making sure that we can harness those energies across teams, you can really create a balanced culture of people who will innovate and innovate successfully.
Excellent. And Amy, you have anything to add?
I do, yes, thank you. So at MSD, we created a couple of opportunities for our staff in order to help instill this culture of innovation. One of the things that we do is we have innovation teams, and these are teams of small groups of people from across the organization who actually typically don't work together. They have different skill sets, different talents, different backgrounds, different levels. And they're put together on a team and asked to solve a business problem. And it just allows for exchange of ideas, working together to solve a problem. And these innovation teams run for about 2 years. They've been very successful for our organization, and I think a really nice opportunity for our staff. Another approach that we take, we try to rotate leadership of our departmental teams to ensure that we're getting new, fresh ideas and providing opportunities for different staff over time. Again, allowing for diversity of leadership, and again, having that innovative mindset in the leadership of our teams, I think, is important so we don't get stale. We also have biannual operational review meetings where we invite each of our programming teams to give a presentation about their areas and the projects that they support. And one area that we always ask every team to talk about is a spotlight project or effort that they've been working on. And a lot of times what we hear are the new and innovative experiments and projects and tools that they've developed in order to help get their jobs done more effectively. So this is a really nice opportunity for people to share what they're doing on their individual teams. And then, at the end of the day, I think as a leader of a statistical programming organization, you must be able to communicate your vision in order to get your staff excited about a common goal. And one way that I do this is I try to develop an overall theme for the organization on an annual basis. So it'll be the year of something. So whether it be the year of building or the year of optimization, the year of exploration. And the reason is to help share my vision and make sure that the organization is all working towards one common goal. And these themes are often about looking at ways of doing our work differently and ultimately transform the organization over the time, again, to keep that innovation spirit alive. As a programming leader, we have to ensure that we are instilling this innovation mindset. So I thought I would just end with a quote from Steve Jobs, which I think is pretty relevant here. And it's that innovation distinguishes between a leader and a follower.
Thanks for bringing in a unique facet for innovation. We hope you enjoyed today's episode and subscribe for future episodes. We would love to hear from you. Please provide your feedback and a review for others to know what to expect. And thank you for your time.